Hello everybody on YouTube, it's your boy, the Memphis XLR8, back at you with Check This Out. The show where we take a look at troll decks, rogue decks, meta decks, casual decks, whatever we want to take a look at, have ourselves a good time. Today is the second day of our Scrap Week special. That's right, Scrap Week. Scrap Week. Here we go. And we're taking a look at Scrap Orcust, which is a combo deck of scrap monsters dumping a whole bunch of machines into the graveyard, eventually leaving into our Orcust combos, bringing out things like Galatea and Orchestron and things of that nature, you know, the whole shaboo. So we're going to be going into today's deck, showing off the cards, the combos, the what have yous. We're going to be showing off how this deck works, and have ourselves a good time. So, real quick, I'm going to go over the list of the cards we'll be using today, and then get right into the duels. So for our main deck today, we are going to be playing one copy of the World Legacy's World Lance, one copy of the Gizmek Orochi, two copies of World Legacy's Worldly Wand, two copies of Danger Nessie, three copies of the Orcust Nightmare, two copies of Scrap Golem, one copy of Crystron Rosenix, one Scrap Chimera, three Scrap Raptor, one Danger Tsuchinoko, two copies of Orcust Simple Skeleton, three copies of Scrap Recycler, one copy of Danger Jackalope, and one Orcust Brass Bombard. And we have three copies of Scrapyard, one copy Instant Fusion, two copies of Orchestrated Return, one copy of Terraforming, one Foolish Burial, one copy of Monster Reborn. We have World Legacy's Succession, one Called by the Grave, three copies of Scrap Factory, one copy of Orchestrated Battle, and one Orcust Crescendo. As to the extra deck, we have things like Zeroboros, we have Link Karibo, Maipi Masquerena, one Scrap Wyvern, two copies of Galatea, one copy of Lieb, the World Keys Blade Master, one Nightmare Unicorn, one copy of Longirzu, one copy of Appaloosa the Bruiser, one Orchestrion, one Dingirzu, one Borlode Sauvage Dragon, one Scrap Twin Dragon, and a Millennium Ice Restrict as our target for our Instant Fusion. As for the side deck, really didn't go for much, but there are some nice combos you can also do with regular old Gearsy, the Orcust Mech Knight. If you wanted to take out one of your Scrap Golems for a copy of Gearzu, maybe take out, I don't know what you'd want to take. If you want to run more than one copy of this, that's also good for you, but that's all up to y'all at home. I think we'll do without him. So, let's have in today's episode, show off the deck, show off the combos. Don't forget to give some love to the buttons below as we still climb up to 600 subs. Let's go. So, enough said, let's get right into the action. Alright, here our first opponent. Another day, another card game. We do like to go first. First is usually where we want to go, and... well, it's not a bad hand. I don't like the Golem in my hand. I prefer him to be in the deck. But we shall make do. When life gives you lemons, you make yourself some lemonade. As it stands, we're going to go ahead and get our start 'em up. We're going to get Scrap Recycler. He is the key to our combos today, the Scrap Recycler. Because he's a non-once per turn Foolish Burial for machines. And we don't have the field spell, so we won't be able to do the whole thing, but we can do a lot of the thing. So we're going to go ahead and send Crystron Rosenix to the grave. This little boy, I can just banish, get myself a spiffy token. This will help me make my Wyvern. And let's see, I'm going to have to set... Alright, Foolish Burial, but I need other things, my brother. You see, in order to do this combo, I need to pop one of my own cards. I sadly must sacrifice the Burial of Fools. But, one must break eggs to make the omelet. So, we'll bring out our Scrap Recycler and pop it. This will allow Wyvern to summon out my other Scrap Golem. And if I had my field spell, I'd have another one, but again, we'll make do. We shall make do. So Golem will now revive Scrap Recycler. And this is where this deck goes into it. You know, this is how we do it. We start with the scraps, and eventually we will build into the Orcust side of things. You start with the scraps, you end with the Orcust. And we've sent World Wand, and since we have one in our hand, we can just summon them out. You know, extra material for things when we happen to need it. Not that important right yet. What's more important is that we make Lieb, the Keyblade Master for Kingdom Hearts 5. Once per turn, since we happen to have the World Legacy Boy in the grave, I can set Succession from my deck. And this is just going to allow me to continue to loop things. Because I can revive Golem, who is not a solid once per turn monster. Very loose once per turn. And just revive Scrapraptor. And that will allow me to be like, hello, I have returned. And now I can get myself more things. And we're going to go ahead and get Orcust Nightmare in the graveyard. This way, I can banish Orcust Nightmare. Boost up Blade Master. Completely irrelevant, that part, but I am still going to do it. And let me think about this. I could send a Rochi. Set up for later. Or I could send a Brass Bombard and summon the guy from my hand. Those are both very good options. I'm just going to go ahead and send a Rochi. Have him set up. So, what we're going to next do here is make myself a Masquerena. We'll have ourselves a Masquerena. We're going to go ahead and activate the effect of the World Wand. This will bring back my Nightmare. And I should point out at this point we are locked into Dark Monsters. This is why you start with Scraps and on Orcust, because the Orcust will lock you into Dark Monsters. You don't want that to happen if you can help it. So we're going to make Galatea using a Scrap Wyvern and our Orcust Nightmare. We're going to leave these two alone for now. And we're going to use our Automaton's effect. Going to return... Doesn't really matter who to the deck. I was going to put Rosenix back in the deck. And let's see, who wants to activate right now? Orochi? No. Orochi later. And we're going to go ahead and set our Orcust Crescendo. Have a little bit of a negation there to interrupt our opponent. And that'll do for now. It'll do for now. So here's the setup we have here. We have our Automaton. It's linked, can't be destroyed by battle. I have my Crescendo, so I can have an Omni Negate of Spell Trapper Monster effect of my opponents. He has a bunch of set cards, which is always annoying, but... Oh. It's just Carbuncle. I was expecting something a bit more, but maybe he has, like... Oh, wait, no, he probably has, like, that... Crystal Beast Omni Negate that they have. I would presume that's what he has. So, let's go ahead and tribute the World Wand for our other Golem. Now that we have it. And I should mention also, my opponent's turn, I have Masquerena. I can link it and Leeb away to make Zeroboros. That'll not only spin a card thanks to Leeb, but if a player links to the same zone Zeroboros points to, I can just banish everything on the board. Not just my links either, it could be his as well. Pretty brutal card. So let's go ahead and... Thinking. You know, let's go for some more scrap action. This is Scrap Week. And while each of these decks is going to have cards that is not scrap specific, I do want to have as much scrap as I can. So we're going to summon out the Scrapraptor. And let's see, what do I have in the graveyard? Yes. No, wait, no, that locks me into darks. It works just as well. It still works. I was going to make Scrap Twin Dragon, but this works just as well. So what does this do? Crystal Beast monster can gain attack to their defense. Crystal Beast places Spell Trap Zone. Ditch this card, summon a Crystal Beast from the hand or the GY. I see. Alright, well that is a thing. Let me think about this. Yeah, I should have made the Scrap Twin Dragon first, but it's okay. It's not a big deal. So what we're going to go ahead and do here is use Galatea here, and my opponent will surrender. I was in the middle of a thing, my dude. Alright. Well, unfortunate my opponent has surrendered. I guess he didn't open up the right hand, or I guess stopping Crystal Miracle actually hurt him a lot more than he would like to admit. But yeah, basically I can use Galatea as the Xyz material for my Dingirzu. I can just straight up send Carbuncle to the graveyard. That'll just interrupt everything he wants to do. And pretty much just run him over at that point. I mean, that's not going to be quite game. but I can make Zeroboros, and that's pretty brutal. So I'm gonna call, that's what we're trying to do with this deck. We didn't get to go the whole wombo, but we did a lot of the wombo. There was only a little bit extra we could have done with another copy, with the field spell, but hopefully we'll get to show that off in the second duel, as we like to do. So let's go ahead for that second duel, show off more of the combos and more wombos. Alrighty, second opponent, let's go and do it again. And we'll go ahead, we're getting to go first this time. Alrighty, not bad. Not bad at all. Let's go ahead and start off with a instant fusion. This is mostly just to stop ash blossoms and the like. I've got my good old-fashioned Millennium Eyes Restricty Boy, and I'm just realizing now I have Rosenix in the hand. That is not great. That's not good, necessarily. Because I kind of need... You know what? I'll figure it out. I already have the field spell, so... I think, if I do it right, I can still make this work. I just need Recycler. That's kind of the thing with this deck, is that you really need that boy. You need him? You need him now. And won't be able to do everything. Well, let's see. If I go for Golem, get back Raptor. Okay, so we're going to add Recycler so I can normal summon it. I want my dump. And then we'll go for Scrap Golem. Sometimes we must make sacrifices for the things we love. So let's go for Golem. Bring back Scraptor. Be like, hello, Scraptor is here. Scraptor, that sounds like an old Transformer name. I remember there was a Raptor in, like, Beast Wars. I don't remember what his name was. I think it was just Raptor. Or something to that effect. Something like that. Anywho, let's go ahead and continue doing the normal things we do. I want another copy of my Golem going. I would just really like another copy of Golem. What can I say? It's a thing with this deck. We have the one big combo. Sometimes we have some side things, of course. But we have certain things we just like to do. Like bring out our boy and just pop the Raptor. I'm going to keep this guy until the end of the tournament if I can help it. He's just good for that sort of thing, Just in case my opponent tries to Nibiru me or something. And I'm not going to explain everything quite as much this time around, just in case. Let's see, I've already sent the wand, so now I'm just going to send Orcust Boy. Why not? So let's go ahead and make Lieb. Hello. Lieb is here. Leave him alone. And Lieb will get me Succession. A nice tight package we've got here, ladies and gentlemen. Nice tight package where I can just keep going, and I do need to watch the time, though. That's the one thing with these combo decks, is that they do take themselves their sweet time. And you always got to make sure you don't click opponent's field with that Golem. That's an entirely different combo for an entirely different version of this deck, which we are not playing today. So, what we're going to go ahead and do here is special summon Mafkrena for later. Let's go ahead and use our Nightmare Boy. And I think we'll pretty much end on more or less the same board as before, but with other things. So let's go for the World Wand, get back of a Nightmare Boy. And there you go. So, once more, we shall make Galatea. And I already have Orcust Crescendo. So, I don't really need to set anything, do I? I'm just gonna leave it. Yeah. I'll be fine. Thank you, Millennium Eyes Restrict. You did your country proud. Alrighty, so basically that's what we got here, folks. We've got our Orchestron. Well, that's not Orchestron. Or we could make Orchestron if we wanted to. Good old Orchestron. He's a pretty nice boy, Orchestron. He can't be destroyed by battle card effects if he happens to be linked to anybody on the board. But in order to use his big effect, you have to have a whole bunch of banished machines, which we currently don't have. Let me think about this. Let me think about that. That's a good question. Should I do something about that? No, not yet. Not yet. And Orochi, you need to calm down. Orochi needs to calm down. He's dead. I am Lord Orochi. That's a One Piece joke. I am Lord Orochi and I'm dead. Very dead. One of those rare characters that not only is he dead, but he really deserved it. What is this? S-Force Rect. Oh, S-Force. I haven't seen S-Force in a long time. Alright, let me think about this. Okay, so S-Force has a big old link. Correct? I'm pretty sure that's the case. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to activate Masquerade's effect. If he has anything, that's fine. I've got Crescendo to negate it. I don't remember what all these cards do. Blah, 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 blah. During the main phase, return this card to the hand, special summon level 2 or higher S-Force from the hand. S-Force would banish to activate effect. Banish this card instead. Okay, that I think is okay. Maybe. Maybe, baby. I don't know. I'm really just trying to make Zeroboros, if I may, but we'll see how that go. Yeah, because if he summons anything to the middle here, he's going to be in trouble. And since we used Leave, I get to spin a card back into the deck. It's very nice. It's actually it combos rather well with, what's-his-face, Avermax. Not that I often do that with Avermax, but I could do it. Let's see. Back to the deck with you. I don't know what you do, but I don't trust you as far as I could chuck you. You know? I'm not gonna read what that does. What is this? Dark Magic Veil. Or is it Dark Magic Veil? Try the veal is good fresh. Alright, so this guy is playing some kind of S-Force Dark Magicians. Or is it just Dark Magicians with S-Force in them? No, it's definitely S-Force gonna give it to you. Mr. S gonna give it to you. S-Force Yestify. Alrighty. So, what does this do again? Cannot summon to a zone this card points to. Target face-up effect monster of controls. Negate its effects to the end of the turn. Move that opponent's monster to the zone this card points to. The start of the damage step, this card attacks, banish all monsters this card points to. Fascinating. It didn't work, but fascinating indeed. Yeah, I vaguely recall the S4. I always thought this guy was like a lot better than he is. Because it says you cannot summon to the zone this card points to. I thought it meant, like, the opponent. But no. But anyway, that's what happens when your opponent commits everything to a link monster and doesn't read what your cards do, basically. So, that's a case of us beating up the security forces. We're clearly criminals on the run. I need to set up my wanted poster. I'm worth at least $5 after that show. I have to say, at least $5, maybe even $6. Gotta say. So, let's go ahead for another duel. We're showing off the combo. We're showing off how we get into it. Hopefully we can show off some of the other things, though. I'd like to show off, like, the Scrap Twin Dragon or, you know, Boroload stuff. I want to show off stuff. So let's go into the third duel and show off stuff. Alright, our third and final opponent. I was about to say fourth duel. It is not the fourth duel. I actually cut out a duel because a guy, like, rage quit after I did, like, 2 whole combo moves. So, you know, it's kind of the fourth for me, but for you guys, it's only the third. I'm not going to show off duels where my opponent just rage quits all the time. You know? It's not fun to watch. It doesn't show off the deck very well. And we're up against... Motherflipping. Oh, wait, this is, Brave? Whatever the hell this is. This is that new archetype, the Kshatri. Kshatrila? I think that's how that's pronounced. Control a monster, summon this card from the hand. That's busted. Only use one of these effects. Return to the main phase. Add a trap from deck to hand. This card declares an attack. Or if opponent activates a monster effect, activate 5 cards of the opponent's deck. Banish 1 face down. Wow, that's not pretty beefy card. A 2800 beat stick that you can just special summon from the hand, searches trap cards, and lets you excavate 5 cards from the opponent's deck and banish one of the cards face down. Whether he attacks or the opponent does anything. That's kind of busted. Just a little bit. I don't even know what the traps do. What does it do? Either player's turn, summon a dude that is banished or in the hand. Your opponent activates a trap or fed discards all face up. You control a dude, look at your opponent's hand, banish a card from it face down. Konami just likes to make all these annoying archetypes, don't they? They just want to make a deck that's like, yeah, as much interruption and stuff. I mean, it's not negating, but I mean, he gets to look at my deck and change the order. Oh, no, it's the same order. But he can, like, banish my stuff and interrupt my hand and all sorts of nonsense. Alrighty. So the problem right now is the fact that he's got, like, an Omni Negate, which is, like, the one issue right now. So let me think about this. Okay. Let's activate Scrapyard. He's got the one Omni Negate that we are aware of. How do you shuffle hand? I think... Does it... automatic... wait, how do you shuffle hand? Hit shuffle. There's a shuffle button, right? There's a shuffle button. Or did they take the shuffle button out? Who knows? Anyway, so my opponent is questioning how to play the game. That's always a good sign. And we have Scrapraptor. So we're going to attempt Scrapraptor. We'll see. Pretty much that's all we can do. We'll activate Scrapraptor's effect. Attempting to pop himself. And perm. Well. And then he gets to just, like, excavate my cards. Leave my cards alone, you dick. Okay, he didn't hit anything I would actually be missing. Like, if he excavated my World Legacy Succession, that would be a problem. But, you know, it's in my hand. Nice and safe. Nice and safe. What, isn't there a shuffle button? I swear there was. Or did the developers remove it for some weird reason? Alright, well. I don't have an extra normie, but I do have a Nessus. It's the only chance I have. Although, he has monsters, right? Yeah, he does. So if he negates Danger Nessie, that's actually good for us. Very good. Alright, so we'll summon Danger Nessie, draw another card, activate another Danger Nessie, summon another one, and then make ourselves, shoot, what was it called? I was gonna say we could make, Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon, but I'm not running Flare Metal Dragon. I could've, but I didn't. So let me think about this. So, yeah. We'll give it a shot. Oh, wait. Why can I not make, Nightmare... Boy, where did he go? Oh, yeah, different names. Duh. Okay. This is... Okay. Here's what we're gonna have to do. We have to out this Griffin thing, right? That's like a given. We have to do that to do anything. So we're gonna attempt to use our Unicorn to get rid of Rider. This may or may not work. I don't know. Yeah, so he can use Griffin Rider to negate me. But I can't be destroyed. But that's fine. We'll activate Succession. Bring back Scrapraptor. All part of the plan. Oh, shoot, what does it do? I didn't read what it does. Put out a spell card. Target 3 cards opponent's grave. Banish them face down. Screws, you lose, boy. I already got rid of everything. Oh, wait, no, he could get rid of my... No, my recycler. I needed that. Is that once per turn? Yes, it is. Okay. Well... Loetnia, this may or may not work. Hey, momwe. Ha, Sovetnia. I summon the Scrap. Ha-da, hoo-ah. Goodbye, everything. I'm just imagining Simba rides over the sunset. He's riding Zeroboros right now. Okay. So now we've got ourselves a 5k beat stick. As you can see, if he link summons, he's dead, basically. So that's the plan right now, is sit on the 5k beat stick and hope that we don't die. See, my opponent, he had a nice setup. He had a nice setup where he had all these things and all these cards that, like, interrupt my deal. But it didn't help him too much. So, there's a win against Brave. I don't care for that archetype very much, so I call that a moral win on top of everything. And we beat the new guys. An interesting bunch. I feel like they're more annoying than anything else, but we kicked their butts. So, I think that'll do for today's episode. We've done most of what this deck can do. So, let's go for the end screen. Alrighty, everybody. Scrap Orcust went 3-0. Little surprise, I only just started learning this deck myself recently. It's a very combo-esque sort of deck. We do have some garnets in the form of, you know, the literal garnet-colored Rosenicks and the Scrap Golem to a degree. But if you open up fairly decently, you know, you have yourself, you know, so long as you can get into this Recycler. As long as you get into this boy, you have combos, you have belching, and you have yourself the Wombos. So we were able to do what we wanted to do today. We summoned out all our dudes and dudettes. I never made, no, I didn't make everybody, sadly. I tried. Lordy, I tried. But, you know, some things are more optional than others. Dinkyuzu isn't actually that hard to summon. It's just like, you know, we only summon it occasional. And Zeroboros, he came in clutch. That boy came in clutch. So I hope everybody did enjoy today's video. If you did, smack that subscribe button to let me know that you enjoyed it. Oh, wait, no. Scrap the like button to let me know you enjoyed it. Consider subscribing if you happen to be feeling charitable. I would appreciate you at least giving it a thought. And so, that's day 2 of Scraps. Tomorrow, we're taking a look at a deck that's a little less combo-y, and I'm not sure how... I'm a little iffy about some of it, but we're playing Scrap Trains. That ought to be interesting. Today was a going first deck. Tomorrow, solid going second deck. So, hope to see you guys there. Your boy, the Memphis Accelerator, signing out. Until next time, y'all stay safe, stay happy, and y'all have a good time.